Negativity bias. Your brain gives bad news 5 times more weight than good news. It made sense when we lived in caves and every shadow could be a predator, but now it just makes you focus on everything that's wrong while completely ignoring what's right. You get 9 compliments and 1 criticism, and guess which one keeps you awake at night? That's negativity bias. Your brain literally can't see the good stuff because it's too busy scanning for danger that doesn't exist. Confirmation bias. You don't form opinions, you collect evidence for beliefs you already have. Confirmation bias makes you a detective who only looks for clues that prove you're right. Think the world is getting worse? You'll notice every negative headline while completely ignoring positive trends. Believe people can't be trusted? Every small disappointment becomes proof of human nature being corrupt. Your brain doesn't want truth. It wants to be right. Even if being right keeps you stuck in limiting beliefs. You become a prisoner of your own assumptions. Reward misfiring. Your brain's reward system is completely screwed. It's supposed to celebrate real achievements, but now it throws a party every time you get a notification. You get an Instagram like, and you get an instant dopamine hit. A text message? Another shot of satisfaction. Your brain thinks these digital rewards are as meaningful as actual accomplishments. That's why you can waste 3 hours on your phone and somehow feel busy, while the important stuff you actually need to do sits there ignored. Your brain is partying over nothing while your real life falls behind. Autopilot mode. You're sleepwalking through your own life. Your brain loves saving energy, so it automates everything. Your morning routine, your drive to work, even your emotional reactions. The problem? When everything runs on autopilot, your brain stops creating memories because nothing feels new or important. Entire weeks vanish into a blur of repeated actions. You're physically present but mentally checked out, going through the motions while your actual life passes you by. Learned helplessness. Your brain has convinced you that you're powerless. A few failures in one area and suddenly your brain decides you're incapable of success anywhere. Bombed a presentation once? Your brain files you under bad with people forever. Had a business idea fail? You're obviously not entrepreneurial material. Your brain takes specific defeats and turns them into universal truths about your limitations. You surrender before you even start because your brain has already decided effort is pointless. Anchoring bias. The first number you hear becomes your reality. See a $200 shirt marked down to $100 and your brain screams, "Amazing deal," even though it's probably worth $30. That first price drops an anchor in your mind that drags down every decision after it. Your brain treats whatever comes first as truth, making you terrible at evaluating actual value. You're not making informed choices. You're just comparing everything to a random starting point. The sunk cost fallacy. You stay stuck in bad situations because you've already wasted time on them. Been at a job you hate for 2 years? Your brain says, "I can't quit now, I've already put in so much time." Watching a boring movie? You sit through the whole thing because you already paid for it. Your brain thinks that because you've already lost something, you need to keep losing more to make it worthwhile. It's like being in a hole and deciding the solution is to keep digging deeper. The time you've already spent is gone either way. Staying just wastes even more of it. Loss aversion. Losing something hurts twice as much as gaining the same thing feels good. You'll work harder to avoid losing $100 than you will to gain $100. This makes you hold on to losing stocks, stay in bad relationships, and avoid smart risks. Your brain treats every potential loss like physical pain, making you choose familiar misery over uncertain improvement. You become so terrified of losing what you have that you never pursue what you could have. Availability heuristic. Your brain thinks whatever you remember most easily happens most often. Watch a scary movie about shark attacks and suddenly the ocean feels deadly, even though you're more likely to be struck by lightning. Your brain decides how dangerous something is based on how easily you can think of examples. Shark attacks stick in your memory because they're dramatic, so your brain thinks they happen all the time. Meanwhile, you drive to the beach without a second thought, even though car accidents are thousands of times more likely. Your memory tricks you into fearing the wrong things. Social proof. You let other people make your decisions for you. If you see a long line at a restaurant, you think that the food must be amazing. Your brain assumes that if everyone else is doing something, it must be the right choice. This makes you follow trends, copy group behavior, and make decisions based on what others are doing rather than what's actually best for your situation. You end up living someone else's life instead of your own, following crowds instead of following your own judgment. Choice overload. Too many options make you choose nothing at all. Walk into a grocery store with 47 different types of breakfast cereal and your brain just shuts down. Having some choices feels good, but having too many choices creates anxiety and paralysis. Your brain wasn't built to process hundreds of options, so when faced with too many possibilities, it simply gives up. This is why you can spend 30 minutes scrolling through Netflix and end up watching nothing. More options don't make you happier. They make you stressed and indecisive. You become paralyzed by possibility. The halo effect. One good trait makes everything else look perfect too. Meet someone attractive and your brain automatically assumes they're also smart, funny, and trustworthy. See sleek branding and you assume the product must be high quality. Your brain takes one positive feature and spreads it like a filter over everything else. This makes you terrible at objective judgment, because you're seeing everything through rose-colored glasses based on a single good impression. Status quo bias. Change feels scary, so you stick with familiar problems instead of trying unknown solutions. Your brain prefers the devil it knows, even when that devil is making you miserable. This keeps you trapped in toxic relationships, dead-end jobs, and destructive habits, because changing requires energy and involves uncertainty. Your brain would rather deal with predictable misery than risk unpredictable happiness. Staying the same feels safer, even when it's slowly killing your future. The Dunning-Kruger effect. The less you know, the more confident you become. Learn a little about investing and suddenly you think you can beat Wall Street. Take one psychology class and you start analyzing everyone's behavior. Your brain mistakes basic familiarity with true expertise, making you overconfident in areas where you're actually clueless. The more you really learn about something, the more you realize how much you don't know. But your brain fights this humbling truth and prefers to stay overconfident. Emotional reasoning. You think your feelings are facts. Feel anxious about a presentation. It must be dangerous. Your brain treats emotions like information, even though feelings are often reactions to thoughts, not reality. This makes you base major life decisions on temporary emotions, treating your internal weather like external truth. You avoid opportunities because they feel scary, not because they actually are dangerous. The recency effect. The last thing you hear becomes the most important thing. In job interviews, the final candidate has an unfair advantage. In arguments, whoever speaks last seems to win. Your brain gives extra weight to recent information, making you overreact to the latest news, the most recent feedback, or whatever just happened. You make decisions based on what's fresh in your memory rather than the complete picture, letting recency bias hijack your judgment. The spotlight effect. You think everyone is watching and judging your every move, but they're not. Trip and fall in public. Your brain convinces you that everyone saw it and they're all laughing at you. Wear something slightly different, you feel like you're under a microscope. Your brain puts an imaginary spotlight on you and assumes everyone else is paying attention to your mistakes, your appearance, your awkward moments. The truth is, other people are way too busy worrying about their own imaginary spotlights to notice yours. You're the star of your own mental movie, but you're just a background character in everyone else's. The optimism bias. You think you're special and bad things only happen to other people. Everyone else will get divorced, but your relationship is different. Other people's businesses fail, but yours will definitely succeed. Your brain thinks you're the exception to every rule, the chosen one who gets to skip life's universal challenges. This makes you unprepared for setbacks, underinsured against risks, and completely shocked when normal human problems happen to you. You don't make backup plans because your brain convinced you that you don't need them. When reality hits, you're not just dealing with the problem, you're dealing with the crushing realization that you're actually just as vulnerable as everyone else. Which of these glitches hit closest to home? Let me know in the comments below.